right, so now I'm going to go over a recorder that we have installed in this rack. Now, we do use a lot of NewTek products. So if you have a NewTek, you can do recording internally in that machine, or if you do have another kind of all-in-one, you can do recording. But we also like using these as well because this gives you the ability to record ISO cameras, like if you wanted to record just an actual camera shot, or if you wanted a backup, even if you are using NewTek or something similar, this is a very good option with Blackmagic on this this Hyperdeck recorder here. So I'm gonna just go over the basic features of it, how to use it. So right now, what's cool about it is it does give you a visual representation what's being fed into the unit. So we have this unit connected SDI. Now this is a Hyperdeck Pro, and if I scroll through my inputs here, it'll show me all the inputs that I have. So HDMI, it has an HDMI connection. So you'll see it here too. It says HDMI plus HDMI. The first one is your video. The second one's your audio. So it's showing here HDMI video plus HDMI audio. The only thing I have connected in here right now is SDI. So, but we're just gonna go through the inputs here. So you see here HDMI plus RCA. It has component in here. So here's my SDI plus SDI. We are using embedded audio. And typically that's the way we do wire these, but it does give you some flexibility. If you have some analog audio, that this unit does support that SDI plus XLR. So I'm gonna go back to SDI plus SDI. So there's my video. I know that's coming in. Now for your actual, your recording medium, this does use solid state drive. So we have a SanDisk Extreme Pro. You'll want to verify the settings that it recommends. This is a verified model that that Blackmagic does recommend. That way it does work like it should, that the disk is fast enough for what you want to record. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this in. And so you have to kind of find where that connection point is to get this to go in. So it is a little tricky. These discs also come with guides as well that make it a little thicker. This one doesn't have it in there, but so there we go. It's popped in. Now, if you notice, it lit up red here. So what that's telling me is that it can't record to this disc. So I'm gonna have to format this, and I'll show you how to do that. So what we want to do, we'll hit display. This does give you the DISP displays like your menu setting. And so then I can use my arrow keys here to scroll through my settings. So I'm gonna go over here to format SSD, and then I'm gonna hit set. So it's asking me here, I can actually format two of them at the same time. This is number one, and it does give me some different settings here. HFS plus and then exFAT. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this first one, and then I'm gonna hit set. And then it's asking me, do I really wanna do it? If you do have stuff on here, make sure you do pull that off before formatting them. It does say that it's gonna erase everything. So then I'm gonna hit the arrow key to go format SSD, hit set, and this does go fairly quickly. So a little background on those two formats there. The first one, if you're planning on editing on a Mac, that first one will work just fine. If you're planning on editing on a Windows computer, though, you want to select exFAT. Those are the two main differences. There's some more detailed, there's some more details around those two if you want to look up some of those details, but mainly that HFS plus, if you're going Mac, that's what you want to use. That exFAT is if you're using Windows. So, all right, then I'm gonna go back to main menu. So now I don't have a red light anymore. That means I'm ready to go. And if you notice too, I'm going to pull this out. So now when I pop this in, find the connection. So now it lights up green. That means we're all good. And then really just to record, all you got to do is hit this record button, and it gives you a little more visual representation that it's recording. What's cool about this unit too, since it does have two slots, if this disc does end up getting full and I have another disc in here, it'll automatically jump over to this other disc automatically. I don't hit stop or change anything. That'll allow me to pull this disc out, either clear it real quick or grab another disc. I can pop it in and it can go back and forth recording like that, which is pretty neat. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit stop. We know it's recording. The other thing you can do from this deck as well, we primarily use it for recording, but you can use it for playback also. And especially if you have a Blackmagic switcher, you can wire these together over the network and you can cue clips from this unit into your Blackmagic switcher. So to play back on here though, just manually on this system, we do have NewTek products, so we're not using that function, but to play back, I can go find my clip here. So you notice my clip's playing and it's showing green here, and I can, let's see here, I can hit jog. I can go in, find where I want to cue that up by hitting this jog button and then using this little wheel on the side. So it's pretty cool, even little playback machine that you can utilize for playback as well. So last thing I'll show you on here is we'll go back into display, just go through some of these settings. Your video setting, you can select your source here. You can also select the format as well. We'll go back, we're gonna go to audio. We'll go to audio. So here it's kind of the same settings you saw on your selector, embedded, analog. We'll go back. Your time code, record. So this also is a really important feature here on your set. This will record in what codec that you want it to. So if you want to go ahead and compress your video to maximize your space on your drive, this has some different codec settings in here. I'll just kind of read off a few of them. So you have, uncompressed, that's going to give you the signal coming in. That's going to be the largest file as well. You got ProRes, HQ, ProRes, ProRes LT, ProRes Proxy, DNX HD, QT, and then DNX HD MXF. So there's some different formats to go ahead and compress that video for your recordings to maximize that space on your SSD drive. So I'll go display back. We're back into our normal setting. So, and then the remote, that's if you do have a Blackmagic switcher and you want to control that remotely, you'll want to hit that remote switch to control that. So very basic unit. It has a lot of connections you can utilize on it, not only SDI, HDMI, component, and HDMI, and a lot of features with the analog audio side as well. And then also what's really cool is the different codecs right in the machine that it lets you record to. So that's just a basic overview. Now in our systems, we primarily slap a disc in them, hit record, just to have a program record or an ISO record of one of the cameras. So that's an overview of this Blackmagic SSD, the Hyperdeck Pro. We'll talk to you on the next video.